started. Tonight is our last night on this series. Can anyone tell me? Remember, guys, y'all got your pins, got your stuff? Hey, guys, you got the pins and stuff. That means you should be not messing with each other, right? All right. Tonight we're on the last series. Can anyone tell me what series we've been on? Love. Wait a minute, I need to know. All right, we are on the last series of love. So, can anyone tell me so we've talked about philia, which is brotherly love. We talked about eros, which is romantic love. Oh, he's not happy at all. We talked about storge, which is family love. Hey, too much talking, too much talking. Hey, eyes on me.
You're not getting an award.
Guys, hey. So my sixth graders, real quick. Hey, my sixth graders. If you're in sixth grade, remember if you can't be a teenager and like pay attention, we'll send you back to kids' church. And older kids, if you can't be a teen and listen, we send you home. So please listen. We got this. So I know but we talk about love. Can anyone tell me what love we learned about last week?
I forgot.
It was sacrifice. It is. Yes, you're correct. Can anyone tell me the Greek word? Now, the word was agape. Everyone tell the person next to you agape. Agape. Very nice. Now,
I'm going to smack you. Stop.
Today we're going to talk about this. Here we're going to start with this, okay? As you can see, people are the worst. People are the worst. And what a great message to learn. People are the worst. Guys, we got so many people that, you got people in your life that lie to you. You got people that betray you. No pointing fingers. You got people, guys, we live in a world where there's literal slavery still going on.
I was texting my mom.
Guys, we got literal racism going on in our world. We got sexism. We got horrible things. Sexism is saying that men are better than women or women are better than men. But here's this. People are the worst, and so are you. Oh. And guess what? So am I.
Ooh.
People are the worst. We do horrible things all the time. We lie to our parents. We gossip about people. We talk smack and crap about people all the time. Hey guys, if you have a piece of paper, you don't need to be showing it to everyone. Just keep it to yourself. But here's the thing. People are the worst. Including the people that don't listen to Pastor Aaron. No, here's the thing. But people are horrible, and I want to tell you a story, okay? I told some of my teens this a couple of days ago, and there's this guy that got married last week, and it wasn't his first, or second, or third, or fourth, but it was his fifth wedding. And here's the thing. Here's how that happened. He got married, but while he was married, he found another girl and cheated on his wife, then divorced his wife and married the new girl. But guess what? He cheated on that girl and divorced this one and got married to this other one.
What are you looking at?
And then, guess what? He cheated and then got married again. And now, this is his third wedding. Now he cheated. And when he cheated with a woman who cheated on her husband, but then they broke up, and so they went back to their marriages. And then they broke up, but then he cheated again and divorced her, and it's a continual cycle. People are the worst. Now, I asked my teens this question. I said, what do you do when someone cheats on you? And they said, you cheat on them. Very sassy like. And you guys, here's the thing. That's That's done. I love you guys, but that's done. You don't. That just makes you. Hey, I look at Juan. Give it the phone. Now listen. If you cheat on them, that makes you just as bad as the person that cheated on them and cheated on someone else cheating on them. People are the worst, so don't be them. Now we talk about agape. Eyes on me. All first row over here. All first row. Hey, buddy. You all facing that way mean you're not looking at me. Pay attention. Now, people are the worst, and we're talking about agape. Agape means sacrificial love. It means it's love that costs you something. Agape is not easy. It's hard to love people, but agape still does it. Because people are the worst. People are going to betray you, lie to you, hurt you. But here's the thing. God tells us to love anyway. Now, there's this verse. It's a little bit of a long verse, but we're going to get through it. So look, guys, we're going to read 1 Corinthians 13. It's a book of the Bible with one chapter. You might hear this verse said at weddings and stuff like that. But the reality is this verse is not about marriage. It's not about couples. It's not about me. This is about us with everybody, okay? So it's agape love right here. It says this. If I could speak all the languages of the earth and of angels, but didn't love others, I would only be a noisy gong or a clanging cymbal. If I had the gift of prophecy, and if I understood all of God's secret plans, and possessed all knowledge, and if I had such faith that I could move mountains, but didn't love others, I would be nothing. If I gave everything I have to the poor, and even sacrificed my body, I could boast about it. But if I didn't love others, I would have gained nothing. Now, we're going to stop there for a second. Essentially, this is what it's saying right here. Seth, boys, I need y'all's attention up here. I'm going to send someone home.
Seth, you're talking to me.
So here's the thing.
How'd you know my name?
God's saying this. You can be amazing. You can be a success. You can do whatever you want. You can be a good person. Last week we had a lot of people say, I'm a good person, so I'm okay. But it doesn't matter if you don't love. And it's easy. It's not saying to love the nice people to you, Ryan. You can love the nice people to you, but that doesn't matter if you don't show agape, which is love to everyone. Now, y'all might be asking, what does that love look like? Okay, so you're saying I gotta love everyone, but what do I even do? Well, the verse continues in 4, it says this. Love is patient and kind. Love is not jealous or boastful or proud or rude. It does not demand its own way. It is not irritable. It keeps no record of being wrong. It does not rejoice about injustice and rejoices whenever the truth wins out. Love never gives up, never loses faith, is always hopeful, and endures through every circumstance. So, this is what love is. Love is being patient and kind and nice to people. Love isn't talking crap to people. Love is not showing disrespect. Love is actually giving, it's like caring about those around you. And love is, remember, sacrificial love means loving the hard people. Yes, that means even loving Elijah. So agape is loving even though it's hard. Loving even though it's hard. And being nice and kind and all these incredible things, which is love. And it's not towards just the people you like or you're romantic with, it's to everybody. So I'm going to show you something. I got something real quick. Now, you tell me that there's a lot of crappy people in your life, and there's a lot of crappy people in your life, and you can't really love them, okay? Or that, it's just really hard, I can't do it, I can't mess with it. But, so we're going to do this. This is shaving cream. Now, today, this shaving cream is God's love for you, Seth, okay? This is God's love for you. Now, real quick, does anyone know what shaving cream does? It does not shave your mustache. But, guys, listen. Shaving cream makes shaving easier and less painful, okay? Everyone say easier?
Easier.
Everyone say less painful. Less painful. Now, here's the thing. This is God's love for you. Now, here's the other people, okay? Your love, is this love, it's kind of about same size really quick. It's like a little bit, but here's the thing. So God shows you love, Elijah, God shows you love, and you're called to show love to others. So let's show love to others, okay? Alright, probably should put this in my literature. There we go. So God calls you to love others. Okay, filling it out. So, but here's the thing.
Can I eat?
Listen. But God tells you love, not just right here. He says, even when they don't deserve it, love them. Even though it's hard, love them. And now here's the fact about God's love. The more He gives love to you, the more you're able to love others. Because God gives you, listen. God gives you all this love. Now listen. Last week we talked about God's love for you. Hey, God's love for you is unconditional. Doesn't matter how many times you mess up, no matter what, God's going to love you. And you're called to show that same love to others.
You just wasted $4.
Is that? Now, getting running out a little bit. Woo! Right there. Right. Absolutely not.
Go get it, huh?
Is this love stopping?
You won't.
No.
Hey, can I get some of that?
Is that person love a little bit? A little bit, yeah? Alright, now, here's the thing. Boys and girls, this is the thing. Whenever you feel, guys, whenever you feel unloved, and you feel like, it's been a minute, I need more love from God, God's like, you know what, guess what, I got you. He's like, you know what, we're going to give you some more. And God's like, I got you no matter what. Now, here's the thing. Everyone, if you want me to shave the beard, ask Miss Victoria, my wife, and
Shave his beard.
she says no, sorry guys.
Shave it.
No, I'm good. Now, eyes on me. Here, eyes on me. Here's the reality. Here. Listen, eyes on me. When we love people, it doesn't make it perfect. Listen, I can love someone. Hey. I can love someone, they can still be horrible to me. I can love in a situation and people still lie to me. I can love in a situation and they still be rude. But here's what love does. Listen. Here's what love does. It makes the hard situations easier and less painful. Listen, guys, I want y'all to catch that. When you love, when you give that love that God has given you, it makes your hard situations easier and less painful. Now, for all my gentlemen, does the shaving cream do any good if it's still in here? No. Can you go like this and be like shaking your beard? No. This shaving cream does not do any good if it's not out of the container. So here's the reality. Eyes on me. Gabriella, Juan, all you guys, eyes on me.
Yeah.
Hey, you turn it around, that doesn't help.
Yeah.
Hey, but listen. God's love for you does you no good if you leave it inside you. God's love for you, because He loves you. He cares about you. He died for you. And He loves you. But it doesn't matter if you don't let that love back out. If you don't love others, if you're not kind and patient to others, if you don't show that love, it doesn't matter how many times he's forgiven you if you don't actually show that love. You can be successful, you can be a pastor, but the reality is this, if you don't show that love, it doesn't help. It doesn't matter. You have to show that love. You have to show that love. You have to let it out. Now we're going to do a challenge real quick, okay? Listen, eyes on me. Hey. We're going to do it. We're doing a little test real quick, okay? Hey, eyes on me. I'm going to read this verse again, but you don't have to bring it up. But every time I pause, I'm going to point to you all. And every time I point to you, you say your name, okay? We're going to test this out. I point to you, you say your name. And like the whole crowd, I'm going to point out, you say your name, okay? You think we can do that? All right?
Your mom.
What happened?
So, do you need to go back to kids' church? No? Okay, good. Let's not. All right. I point to y'all, you say your name. Okay, Petra, you good? You ready? I point to y'all say your name, okay? And?
Petra.
Very nice. Now, we're going to read this verse, and you're going to add your name into it, okay? All right. So I need y'all to listen when we do it, okay? We're going to start. Eyes on me. And?
Petra.
Is patient and kind. Is not jealous or boastful or proud or rude. Does not demand their own way. Is not irritable and keeps no record of being wronged. Does not rejoice about injustice, but rejoices whenever the truth wins out. Never gives up, never loses faith. Is always hopeful and endures through every circumstance. Now, eyes on me, since I know a lot of y'all still talking. A lot of people didn't say their name, and some people that did feel like it was like someone like, oh, that's a lie. Now here's the thing. That verse right there should be true. That verse right there should be the standard of how you treat others. Guys, it should be whenever people come to this church, they see that Marissa is patient and kind. They're going to come and they're going to see Alec is not jealous or boastful or proud or rude. They're going to see that Elijah does not demand their own way. They're going to see that Faith is not irritable. And Zechariah, it keeps no record of being wrong. And they're going to see that Nehemiah does not rejoice about injustice, but rejoices whenever the truth wins out. They're going to see that Ryan never gives up, never loses faith. They're going to see that Roxy is always hopeful and endures through every circumstance. Now the reality is most of y'all are missing this right now. And I do apologize for the teens that are listening, because everyone else is being really rude to y'all, and I'm sorry about that. Hey, Nehemiah, you talk, that makes it just as bad as you. So, no, it's everywhere. Because all these people are being rude to you, and they're not showing love right now because they're making this tonight about them instead of anything else. Real quick, guys, you're called to be an example of love. Juan, would you come up here with me? Please. No, you've been talked about 10 times. You come sit up here. Juan, you do this or you leave. I want you here, but you gotta actually be here. Now here's the reality. You're called to love. In this verse, if something stands out with you, when I said that, if I say Marissa is patient and kind, and you're like, that should be an example to you that you have area to grow. If there's something that this verse doesn't match up with how you're treating other people, that shows you need work. And the reality is, everything on here, I'm struggling with. I'm struggling with being patient with people. I'm struggling with not being rude. I'm struggling with a lot of different stuff here. But we're called to be loving and patient and kind, and the reality is most of us aren't. We're called to love each other even whenever others are the worst, and that's hard, Callie, that's hard. But here's what it says, Matthew 22. Last week we talked about this verse, Matthew 22. Throw that up. It says this, because someone was asking what's the most important commandment. Jesus replied, you must love the Lord your God with all your heart, all your soul, and all your mind. We talked about that last week. And it says this is the first and greatest commandment. But then Jesus doesn't stop there, loving God. He says this, a second is equally as important. Love your neighbor as yourself. Guys, what I'm talking about today, this is the last lesson on love. Last thing for you to get. It doesn't matter what you do in life if you don't love. It's worth nothing if you're not loving like God. Because God says it's just as important to love people as it is to love God. And that's hard. I'm not saying make yourself vulnerable, because I know some of y'all have been hurt by people, because again, people are the worst. But you can still be loving from a distance. You can be loving. I'm not saying give up protection from your heart or yourself, but we're called to be patient and kind. We're called to root for the truth and stand for what's right. We're called to do all these incredible things, but it depends on are you doing it. So this week, how can you show love? How can you show agape to the people around you? There's a lot of different ways you can. Essentially, one of the ways is not being a douche, not hurting people, not tearing people down. It's a jerk. Hey. Another thing, guys, is to be loving is being obeying your parents, to being kind, not to being hurtful to the people around you, not going on Instagram or Snapchat and tearing people down, not calling people by horrible things. You're called to be loving in a way that's not normal. And no, you're not going to be perfect at this. I'm not either. But we are called to try and love like God does. Now, the challenge for you this week is to do that, is to show that agape, especially when it's hard. When people have been rude and hurtful to you, or don't listen to you, or show no respect, you're called to still show love to them. So that's your challenge. That's this week. That's what you want to do. One, I want you to show love to every person you meet this week. And I want you to be kind and patient with them. You listening? You alright? The same goes for all you guys. And ladies, the challenge for you is to not react like the world does, but to react like God does. And God sees you and He shows you all that love, and you're called to share it and show it to others. Bow your heads, close your eyes. Bow your hands, close your eyes. You gotta thank you for these teens. God, I know right now there's a lot of issues going on, there's a lot of distraction, there's a lot of stuff being messed around. But God, I know a lot of them have felt zero love this week. A lot of them have felt zero attention. They've not been loved by their family. They've not been loved by friends. They have not been loved. There's been literally no philia, no eros, no agape, no storge in their life at all this week, and all they felt is hurt and rejection. And so it's easy to respond with hate and rejection in the same way. But God, I pray that they show the same love that you've shown to them. I pray that they show the same love, the sacrificial, the hard. Even when we're not lovable, you love us. Let us show that love to the people around us. God, we need you. These students need you. ask that you work in their lives, let them know their love, and let them show that love to those around them. We praise you, we thank you. It's in your heavenly name we pray. And everyone said,